Okay, I like to focus on the alternative methods available right now. And going back on what Zach had said about the in vitro tubing, so he's saying that we should, instead of test on animals, we should move on to clone human cells and test on them. So there's also an animal experiment on for Alzheimer's. So he's saying that we should clone a brain so we can test it for Alzheimer's and try to treat it. But isn't that just saying that the brain has no way of communicating, so it has no consent? And isn't that the same way as how animal experimentation works? And in addition, there's also many benefits to testing animals, because animal testing isn't just for humans alone. You can also test for conditions in animals. So you can try to find cures for animal diseases. And recently, because the society has viewed animal testing with a negative view, so the laboratories are controlling their experiments now. They're not just doing random experiments. They have the 3R principles, which is replace, reduction, and refinement. So replace is we don't have to use testings. We don't have to do testings on irrelevant animals. And for reduction, so laboratories are using less animals now because they found that it is statistically significant to cut down the number of animals for a specific piece of research. And refinement is to improve the welfare in the laboratories. And this is to, instead of doing more, repeating more lab experiments, we are focusing on fewer but better. So quality over quantity. So better enrichment inside cages for animals and the redesign of experiments. And this is the statistics from the government, the US government, that the laboratories, the use of laboratory animals have decreased 6.5% from 2012. And tests for cruelty-free products are also on a skyrocket, because this also helps their sales and consumers. And in addition, going back to the computers, in order to analyze rats or animals and the way their body functions, we would have to use supercomputers. And supercomputers are expensive. And just for a perspective, a supercomputer contains 72 racks, which is it's a rack of components compiled into like one section. And a supercomputer needs 72 of these. And one rack costs roughly $1.6 million. So in the end, in order to create an alternative, it'll increase spending and will not decrease spending because banning of animals, as they said.